Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. This one sent in by members of the community, either this guy or this guy. I'm not going to tell you because people tend to send in their winning replays, and I want to make this exciting for you. This one sent in to Castit.reddit.com. If you'd like to have your games cast, then take your replay, make it a good one, and upload it to GG Tracker, the spawning tool, or one of these tools, and then link that in Castit.reddit.com. And a member of the community, myself, or any of the other casters will get down and cast it for you. If you'd like to have me specifically cast it, then send your replay to marchgaming.com at gmail.com. Marchgaming.com, seriously, that doesn't exist. Marchgaming at gmail.com. That's MARSCH gaming at gmail.com, and I will get right down to it. Unless you send it next week, in which case I will be on holiday. Anyway, we have over here playing for Born Gosu. It's Odveta. His opponent spawning on the northwest side of King Sejong Station. It's Javi. Sorry, Javi. Definitely Javi. We've got Javi playing Terran in the blue trunks, and he's building a barracks, and next to that he is building some gas. So I'm guessing we're going to see, I don't know, a Reaper or something like that. No, we're going for the early reactor, trusting his opponent not to go hatch first, pull first, and indeed he hasn't. Going in there just to check. No, this is actually his second check. And so he knows that he's perfectly okay. So building a reactor, changing into an orbital command, and building that second command center right on location, not scared at all at any early Zergling pressure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you get for scouting early. It gives you information, and you can make informed decision based on it. Excuse me. So, as we see a little bit of ring around the rosy, well, let's cut that out. Go see what the opponent is up to, because Odveta has seen pretty much everything his opponent is doing as well. Knows that there's a barracks with a reactor on it coming out, and he's going to sacrifice this overlord. This overlord is not getting out of here alive. His opponent is slightly supply blocked. Not even. No, he was just about on supply block. Now let's see what he's going to do with that. Is he going to change that out, or is he going to build a starport? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But this isn't a 2-1-1 because I don't see a second of barracks. So we'll see if maybe it's a mine drop. All right. One of the standard strategies of Terran. Terran's got a couple of early game tools at his/her disposal, because let's not be judgmental. Javi can be short for. There's got to be a female name out there that starts with Javi. Jennifer. It could be short for Jennifer. It could be short for Jennifer. So yeah, it's yeah. All right. So we've got a first medevac coming out. We've got a early mine right there, just in case that there is a swell of lings after that initial hatch first. But you know there isn't, because his opponent is building a roach warren. And he's going to lift that on up together with these marines that are quite spread out. Put them into that medevac and see if he can deposit that into his opponent's main base or natural base. And what does Odveta have to deal with it? Well, nothing. He's got no army. Well, he's got 4 Zerglings. He's got 3 queens, and then he's building additional drones. So he has quite literally nothing to deal with this. Putting spores in, making sure that his opponent can't just, put that medevac in the mineral line and heal on up. Oh, he's putting up 3 spores? Where's the other one? Oh, wow. He may be misreading this as a Banshee attack. Anyway, some early shots off with the queen, and here are 2 roaches, and that should be enough to deal with that, especially if your opponent leaves his medevac. He is taking both 4 crawler and a queen shots. And that was very nicely handled by Odveta. Maybe investing a little bit heavy in those 4 crawlers, but there you go. Now moving out with a 9, that's not 9 roaches, those are 9 overlords. We have 8 roaches and these 4 zerglings. Of course, that early, that very fourth mine was taken out, and here's a 1, 3. Oh, what was that? Well, there's a tank, and that is something you want to know if you're going to be moving in. You don't want to get into this range, and that should have told Odveta to stay to this little thing right here. Moving in, morphing in his Ravagers, making sure that he does have that artillery power. Maybe wait for, yeah, Overseer, just in case of additional mines. Now, there aren't any, but he doesn't know that. And with 1 tank here and 1 tank there, he's going to have a hard time breaking this through. Javi very nicely set up to receive this aggression. But is the aggression coming? Because, well, all of this is going on. He's not exactly moving out. Maybe waiting for that glial reconstitution to finish. Taking that 3rd base, as you should always do, on the back of an attack. Because, especially in the early game, if your opponent is defending, then he's not attacking you. And that means you can build your additional bases just fine. If, on the other hand, he is also attacking, then it means it doesn't have anything at home. And he should be well and truly fucked. Alright, let's see if he's going to move these Liberators back for defense, but with 3 tanks already, that should be just fine. And oh, first comes on in, and that is a not so nice shot, but does he have enough? Yeah, he's got quite enough. You would just maybe want to take that out. Odveta right there does get the growth of bowels on there, and where are those Liberators? They're not coming back. There's not a lot of roaches left. Did reset the tank count, and that is very important, but didn't get any. Let me just check that statement. Didn't get any workers right there. Doesn't give up on this attack quite yet. Morphing in additional roaches, trying to take out that Liberator. As important to reset that Liberator count as it is to reset the tank count. And you should be able to see exactly where to put these things. This one is good. This one's going to be maybe tricky to hold. Sends out a scouting marine that sees everything and is not punished for his sneakiness. Like, no, just stay there. That's fine. You didn't see my thing. And this is maybe not the best angle to attack into. No, you wanna. Yep. Nope. Liberators, good units. The take back of this, his opponent has 3 bases, but there's a 3rd command center right there. You wanna throw to ball that, and Javi moves out his Liberators just in time. Does give Odveta enough time to get onto those tanks once again, and we have all those SCVs coming in, joining into the fun. Those Liberators making sure there's no reinforcement coming in, and all those SCV making sure that that bunker stays alive. And Odveta doesn't move on to take out all these SCV, making that both the SCV and the bunker stays alive. And oh, all right, you're moving on to that to take that 3rd base. That's okay, cool. And additional roaches conga lining through the liberation zones. Not that good, I think. We've got 57 workers to 50, but then of course we have mules, and now we're going to take this base, which is something that Odveta saw with this thing, and this debris isn't done yet, meaning that if he moves out right now, he can just... Wait, there was a 4th command center build? I did not see that. My apologies. Alright, so he can completely take out this base until... No. Timing has passed. Right. So, let's see where we are now. Well, we've got those 2 Liberators that did such a nice job at defending that ramp. Moving on out, but they will find that... Alright, thank you. Nope. No, don't kill that. Where are you going? Going to try to move in from the side. Is there a queen there? You want to focus fire the other one? Yep, there you go. And... In the meantime, we've got Odveta moving on in here, and just bio versus a lot of roaches. That's not going to be enough. There aren't any tanks anywhere close by here, and this base is well and truly forfeit, as are the 11 SCVs. Bye bye. Thank you for your service. Try the fish. Well, at least he buys himself a little bit of time. No! 3 of these actually are allowed to live. Puts that down again and moves that one out as well. But yeah, 42 workers versus 60. So this one is completely empty, and this middle line is completely empty as well. Getting an armory to continue that upgrade streak right there. And Odveta is going to find himself behind on upgrades pretty soon. Right, so Javi with 63 army supply of 1 Marines and putting in a couple of Marauders as well. Very good against the Roach heavy style of Odveta. And getting some siege tanks again as well. On the other side, Odveta is getting Sisters. And you have the early energy upgrades. Let's see as this spawns. No, it does not. Cannot fungal growth right away, and we have a double expansion right here. Once again, 2 Zerglings, enough to deny mining. Over here, looks like those mules did get a little bit of work done. I'm gonna maybe take this one out because you're not going to last very well against something the other way. And over here, just making sure that this is supply depot. Maybe Javi used to play as a Protoss, putting in a structure right there to scout rather than say a Marine. And now we once again have the, or now for the first time really, we have the aggression of the Terran moving on out, and he's going into that 3rd base, and this is not a scene whatsoever by Odveta. Not should be able to get position. And nope, cancel that right away, and Javi says like, well, that's my job done, let's move on back. Let's see if he moves out to go over to this base over there. And Odveta, who's floating a shit ton of money, by the way, bloody hell, put on some macro hatches there, buddy. Who just needs to hang on until his 8 Ultralisks and chitinous plating come out. Yep, scans this base, yes it is there, was on his way to move over here. But we have fungal growth, and fungal growth again. Mance Marine is very, very good. No, doesn't get the choke. Yes, does get a choke just at the outside. And here come the corrosive bowel. That's why you have them full. But the corrosive bowel not timed perfectly. Come on in while the fungal growth have moved out, and the Terran is allowed to pick up and fly on away, and then flies actually away instead of say dropping right here and making absolute mincemeat out of the natural base of his opponent, because those rocks right there are not down, meaning that the Zerg would have to go a long way around and voluntarily drop to reach those kinds of places. That is not what you want to do. But here, moving into that 3rd base, and now there's nothing in the neighborhood, and we'll see. No, he's going for the clean. Doesn't go for a lot of the workers killed. Going back to the main base, and in the meantime, Odveta canceling that 4th location. Does he know about? Doesn't know about that other base. All right. Oh, in the meantime, there goes the entire attacking army of the Terran. And here he can move on in. Now, one thing that Ultralisk aren't very good at are these Liberators. Let's see how long they stand in that zone. And oh, they do get absolutely murderated. That is a accurate verb, by the way. I didn't make that up. Look at these. With the Ultralisks and the chitinous plating in place, Odveta is looking quite well. Yeah, he's got 54 workers to 56. Upgrade wise, you know, Javi's already got his 2-2, can maybe start his 3-3. He's got enough money for it. He's just distracted by the fact that there's Ultralisk on it, may decide to put on an extra Stargate, and yes he does. One of them is going to get the Tech Lab for the range upgrade. And to counteract that, we have Odveta putting down a spire for any corruptors. And this base, once again, you need something that shoots up or that shoots in the air, which I suppose the corruptors are for. So next time he forces this base to lift up, he can maybe kill it, because so far this thing has taken 170 damage. That's it, allowed to live. Other than that, checking to see whether Odveta's retaken that fourth base. And we are once again in a little bit of a lull. Odveta just making sure that he's got those corruptors to take on those liberators, because without without that, I mean, those Ultralisks, yeah, they've got 400 or 500 damage, but a liberator, can I get a liberator? Where's the liberator? Here. Oh, that's not actually here. It doesn't say that. These things do like 80 damage without upgrades. And yeah, 400 divided by 80 is still only 5 shots. So whereas Marines have to shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot some more and then shoot again in order to kill an Ultralisk, Liberators actually don't. They just, you know, set up their liberation zones and they laugh. Because Ultralisks are not going to fire into that. Now, Ultralisks can of course move out of there as they do massacre a couple of SCVs, which are not moving around. And here is the derping of it. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is how much damage that Marines are actually doing on Ultralisks. Well, bugger all. But on the other hand, if they stay too long in those liberation zones, that is what happens. So it's hiding on back. Look at that. Look at how absolutely... Oh, it just exterminates. Daleks are nothing compared to Liberators. Let me just put that right out there. Odveta finally finds this base and may notice that, oh shit, these minerals are quite a bit. He gets a lot of things, but now if you get out of the Liberator zone, don't stay in there. Don't stay in there. You want to walk by those Marines, that's fine. If there's enough Marines, you do actually die to them, especially if they're 3-3 and you only have... Oh, he does have the second... He's got 6. He's going for that 7th damage, and here are the corruptors. Once again, trying to get some SCV kills, but no, he's asked to come back through the liberation zone, so yeah, that's going to be. But look at how many. 39, 40, 44, 46, 48, 49. That's also because there's something going on right here. And now that base is finally going to go down. Now that he's forced to lift off to miss those Ultralisks. And here there are enough corruptors to take that out. Look at that bundle. Look at that lovely, lovely bundle. Now they can't go out if they so choose. If there's even a couple of corruptor files coming in there, I do believe. But with corruptors or with the liberators once again out of liberation zone, they can start shooting back. And Odveta splits very nicely, making sure that that splash damage is minimized. There are 5 liberators left, and unfortunately, Marines shoot up. This does severely, and I do mean severely, limit the income of the... Oh, there was one last Ultralisk there. 400 minerals coming in versus 1500. So Odveta, especially if he gets this base up, because this base is empty and this base is empty, can just rebuild those corruptors, rebuild those Ultralisks, getting that adrenal glands, and he should be absolutely fine. The army is still there. Oh, but if they don't react right there, you're going to lose all liberators before they can do anything. Yep, now there's only 2 of them left. You can move in with those. Well, we may not want to start with those. But that at least is the liberators gone, meaning that those Ultralisks have absolutely free reign. Luckily for Javi, Ultralisks are a little bit, just a tiny little bit of a dirt unit when it comes to chasing people. But that's why you have Zerglings and moving. No, he's going to move right on in there with those Marines without medevac, not going to get healed. 1 or 2 swipes of the Kaiser Blade, enough to take those down. And Javi trying to set up a choke on this choke, a choke on the choke, a kill zone on the choke, but it's not enough. Javi knows the writing's on the wall, and GG. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button. If you'd like to see more of me, subscribe.